Hello, Agent. Welcome back. I see you are ready to proceed to Phase 2 of your mission, Operation Speed Paint. You will watch as I digitally paint my fan art of SPYxFAMILY while I review this anime's characters, aesthetics, and story as I narrate my artistic process. Do you have all your gear? Great, let's get started. SPYxFAMILY is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Tatsuya Endo in June of 2020. Then, Wit Studio and Cloverworks animated Season 1, which was released in April of 2022. Although SPYxFAMILY features character leads who are assassins, spies, and telepaths, it falls, in my opinion, into the slice of life anime category. The color palette of this anime is primarily low saturated pastels and neutrals with super thin line work and a European suburbia for the background. It presents itself as a modern-day Germany with old and new architecture. And as always, a hint of Japan. In contrast, the intro pumps up the saturation. It is super stylized with some really sharp patterns as well as the overall feeling of a childlike view. And this is all wrapped up in some really nice graphic design. Did I mention the music? Oh my god, so catchy. If you want to watch the intro now, you can click on this link. Alright, it's time to paint. From here on out, I'm going to be doing both anime review and narrating my artistic process. I picked a very specific color palette for this piece. I am forcing myself to break out of my comfort zone and try something different. As I have mentioned before, am still pretty new to digital art, so I'm constantly studying, right? I'm always trying to improve, seeing how other people do it, and mimicking them to see if it works for me. My approach for this piece was a little bit more stylized. I am interested in how I see some other artists do line work, and I thought that I'd give it a go. Specifically, I'm talking about how they don't use black. They seem to incorporate other colors, like multiple different colors in the same art. So, for example, the skin might have purple and blue and yellow and red in different sections, so I want to give that a go. But again, I've never tried that before, so we will see. Alrighty, main pro tag. We've got codename Twilight, true name unknown, job title undercover spy. His resume skills include expertise in hand-to-hand combat, expert marksman, genius level intelligence, and master of disguise. You know, everything you need to be a super cool spy archetype. Personality-wise, he's sort of cold or deadpan and methodical, treating every aspect of his life as a mission. Partially because it is. Oh, real quick. Here you see me, I love the painting part of painting. I love color, I love to mix it up. It kind of just, I don't know, it's fun to play with. I think color you can use emotion for so much. And here I just took colors straight from the color palette and I kind of just tried to put something behind each character that would make them pop, but really this looks like a whole lot of color and I'm not really sure I like it. I ended up doing another one too, but I think we're gonna probably just go and stick with a flat color. So, in SPYxFAMILY, Twilight's mission involves taking out a reclusive political figure who only ever is seen publicly at ceremonial events related to high-performing students from the Eden College, a super ritzy, glitzy elementary school. In order to do this mission, Twilight will assume the role of a father of an enrolled student at Eden College who must attend this ceremony. This is a long game mission. The endgame goal, world peace. This operation will probably be years in the works, as any enrolled Eden students must get 8 star merits to become classified as top performing, which presumably happens over all the years of attendance. So right there, she's in like 1st grade, so like 8th. It's like 7-8 years? It's really setting itself up for a very open-ended project here. I hope it doesn't take that long to get some real plot development. For this mission, dubbed Operation Strix, Twilight assumes the name Loid Forger and must acquire a child and a wife. I think the fact that he picked Forger as a surname is funny because he's like coming out right and calling himself a fraud. Anybody else catch that? Alright, back to the art real quick. As I said, learning, right? I had never used clipping or layer masks before. I didn't know what they were. Someone had told me a while ago, oh, you should probably use multiply layers so that your line art looks a little bit better. And I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. Just tuck that information away. I have no idea what you're talking about. But I started looking into it. And yeah, there are some really cool ways to fill color and do things that I'd never done before. So for example, he's using the selection tool to group, areas that you want to do shade, and using a softer brush and kind of going in and only doing that, and then using clipping masks so that you can only color on top of it. So yeah, it was a lot of new information. I'm not sure if I retained everything quite so much, but we're trying new things. Anya, test subject 007, telepath. Like Twilight, Anya's true surname and age are unknown, but she's probably about 5 or 6. Passed back from many a foster family, Anya has, up until this point, been unsuccessful in hiding her abilities, and has generally just creeped everybody out. Loid selects Anya due to her ability to see what it is he's looking for, and through his intellect, completes a difficult crossword with ease. Apart from that, she is the best character in this show, hands down. She gets into all sorts of tricky situations, and we, the audience, watch her struggle with hiding her abilities, trying to act smarter than she is, and just overall being a young child. She's got very fun facial expressions, and she's just a delight to watch. Her character design is great too. Endo did a fantastic job. She is primed to be loved by a range of audience ages and is merchandise ready. Iconic. Right there. That line art, I like that. I mean, it looks cool. It's not very clean though. I don't know what I was doing in this. I think I was just drawing some stuff and then selecting it and then going in. And it looks like I'm doing just different sections of her body, have different colored line work. So this was really like the first go at it. Again, I'm experimenting here. I'm doing multiple different things, trying to see what kind of effect I can get. The way that it is in this though, the lines look really grainy and jagged. It's really unrealistic to think that I'm gonna go in between all those teeny tiny lines on her designs of her outfit and re-smooth and erase all of those things. So though it has a cool effect right now, not really sure how I feel about it. And I'm talking about Anya, even though I'm working on Bond right now. Now we have Yor, assassin for Garden, codename Thorn Princess. By day, she works as a clerk for City Hall, as just a normal young woman, albeit shy, quirky, and totally unsocialized. Despite being petite and feminine looking, Yor is super strong, agile, well-trained. She uses these little knife/blade/stabby gold things to kill people targeted by Garden, who we can only assume are bad guys? Maybe? Intelligence-wise, however, not her strong suit. She becomes Mrs. Yor Forger to hide from her brother that she is not really doing anything with her life and has the romantic experience of a teacup. Yor is funny because she sucks at most things. She relates and misperceives everything into assassination terms. We get a peek into her and Loid's head often because of Anya's abilities. I have questions with Yor, like, why is she so good at this? In all other parts of her character, it wouldn't make me think that she's a highly skilled assassin. We learn that she's been doing this for a long time in order to raise her younger brother, who sees her as a mother figure and has some kind of Oedipus complex. But who were her actual parents? Did they die? Or were they like too busy being assassins? Or maybe / just straight up abandoned them? She had to have had some kind of mentor, right? Who is that? Are we going to find this stuff out later? I don't know. At this point, I'm kind of getting the hang of painting this way. again, I'm trying to keep with a specific color palette. So some things, like those are supposed to be leek stems right there. I think they look like celery, but you know, whatever. I think I was successful with Yor's hair. It looks simplified and graphic and fits the lower level of rendering that I have been using in this piece. Okay, so here I'm selecting the line work and I'm turning it into a mask and messing it up. Trying to use the object selection tool, which I had watched a couple of videos about, and it worked, you know, when I was doing the demo, but then did not work when I am using it here. Now that she's masked, you can see I can very easily go over and just color without worrying about getting it outside the lines and without the inconvenience of having to have that dotted selection edge. In all my pieces before, I also was not using the fill tool for selection. I was using the paint bucket, and that is just really annoying because when you use the paint bucket, you always get a jagged edge and it like bleeds a little bit. I know that there's a way that you can smooth it and all that, but when you want really specific spots in your image to have that color and have a nice crisp like vector line, you need to go to, you know, select it like normal and then go to up at the top, select fill, and then you select what color you want and you get this nice flat color like Thorn Princess's hair there. And now by the third figure that I'm doing with this technique, I'm finally getting the hang of dropping down those shadow colors on the skin. All right, and that's where we're gonna wrap it up for part 1. If you wanna check out part 2, I'll put the video link here as soon as it's ready. And if you missed my speed draw, you can click this link to watch the video where I start this piece. My name is Shaina Ashley. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. That is your way to show me a little bit of love and support. And this is Shaina Ashley. I will see you next time. Bye bye.